Good evening, Speed Gaming 3, and welcome to the LinkedFest Randomizers League Season 7. We are into Week 4 here, the Influkeys mode, and on the left we have Simple Clips representing Team Risky and Terrible Gambits versus Ike here, you're representing Don't Forget to Track Us. And you can see there, we're starting with a flute here. And I am Wolfling0360. Joining me on the mic tonight is Blue Link. How's it going?
Pretty good. This is a fun mode, inverted. Got to be careful in the dark world. We've had some interesting races so far, and hopefully this will be one of them.
Right, and we don't normally do inverted races, so to bring anyone up to speed what that mode is, basically, the light world is the dark world, and vice versa. So we're going to be starting in the dark world. And things hurt a lot in the dark world, so it's actually not a very easy mode in terms of early game. But you'll notice we have that flute. That flute is activated. We have fast travel immediately upon starting this seed. Which is a godsend, because normally, being inverted, you have to get access to the light world to even turn on the flute in the first place. But it also only works in the dark world. And it does do a couple of things in terms of dungeons. So, normally we would mirror to get onto Desert Ledge and go through there, but we can't go through Turtle Rock. In this case, the reverse is true. We can mirror to get into Turtle Rock early and go straight to Laser Bridge. But the Desert Ledge is completely inaccessible. We would need the book if Desert Pals is required.
And let's get a word in for our wonderful tracker, Derek Sharna, who's going to be helping us out here. And
Alright,
we're
starting.
off.
Now, a few other changes is that there has been a few map edits here. So we're going to be starting in Link's house, even though this is the bomb shot normally. The Death Mountain Ascent Cave, to connect to Dark Death Mountain, is going to be the Old Man Cave, instead of Mimic Cave. As we see, we're getting a check on Meyer here, just Quake. And we see someone immediately entering Thief Sound. Small Key to Desert, good find. And most of the mirror checks don't require the mirror anymore. They just have some way of getting to them normally. Small Key to Pod for Ike here, meanwhile. And the glove for Simple Clips, that's a huge find.
Ooh.
That's another one of the niceties about this mode is because of the inverted status, we don't really need the Titan's Mitts outside of doing the King's Tomb.
Yeah, there's very little lock behind the mitts. Hey, there's our Quake for Meyer entrance.
Yep, all we need now is a sword. Ooh! And there's a fire rod, wow. That's going to be a good weapon starting out, although we have no match to use it. And here we go, Hype Cave. This is usually pretty valuable in inverted, and as we see, if we have a sword. Starting money is always nice, especially in this early game. Small key to TR, and another small key to Ice Palace.
That's pretty hype.
Yeah, in terms of early game, fantastic. Having just a weapon in general that's reliable in Dark World is really nice. Oh, there's the other glove. Wow.
We're not even 3 minutes in.
Well, this tells me that Titan's Mitts may be how we're supposed to access the light world. Because I didn't think of that. We don't... That is potential... Yeah. It could be that... Words. I'm getting tripped up already.
Oh, I know the feeling. So one thing those mitts let us do is, flute to 6 and take that portal to the light world, and then bunny walk to Kakariko Village for an in-logic bottle vendor check, among other things. Moon pearls have been known to show up in places like that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And Sylvie has the powder. Nice find there. But Titus is this early is definitely a strange thing. Oh, we're gonna see some arrow games. This was actually pretty common to see in Inverted because it's such a good money-making game. And it's pretty consistent too. You line up your shots with that second curtain from the right. And the targets line up, at least for a little bit, to give you the time 64, at least for the first couple sets. And if you're somehow crazy, you can hit the same target 5 times and get times 99. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, 35 rupees more than normal, but the skills to pull it off. I'm impressed by it. It always looks nice. And this dig game has almost already paid for itself. Boots.
I think it's paid for itself and then some. There we go. There's our there are other mode of transportation, the boots.
Alright, I guess that makes Catfish a little more palatable. Simple clips heading there.
Ooh, taking a hit there from the Dark Octorok there. And that's something we have to stress here. The enemies here are no slouch. They will easily do 2 hearts, maybe even straight up insta-kill you on 3 hearts. It's green mail.
Yep, the Murder Dactyls got their name for a reason.
I suppose we should also touch on the key sanity side of things here for those who may be watching for the first time. The long story short is simply all the dungeon items that are normally locked into their respective dungeons. Key sanity decides to make that not a thing, and now all of the dungeon specific items are in the main item pool. The only exception is items drop underneath pots or on enemies, which, as we saw in the first week, key drop is a thing which does add those to the item pool as well. Ooh, we're getting a Smith turn in?
This is gonna be a long walk if that is what Simple Clips is gonna do. Alright, here we go.
You heard of Frog World Tour, now get ready for Gnome World Tour, I guess. And there you can see just one of the many edits to the map right there, in which we have a staircase leading up to the Bombos tablet. Alright, Simulco's dodging these guards like a champ. Alright, should be safe now. Gonna go ahead and scout for the race game ledge. And it is a small key. Now,
We can't get that quite yet.
Yep, can't get it quite yet.
But we're going to come back for it almost certainly.
And I was about to say something about that, but I realized, wait, that is entrance-related information, not inverted. Easy to confuse the two, I think.
Yeah, in fact, if you're looking for entrance shuffle, that's going to be next week.
Ooh.
All right, the Smith turn in.
What a hike. That wasn't worth it. Debatable.
Well,
It's just a map, but at the same time, because of key sanity, we cannot check our overworld map for price information. That map does give us access to that information.
all right, not completely useless.
Yeah. Not something we want to see right now, but it can be useful down the road. And unfortunately, the bottle merchant only has 20 bucks. Bit of a rip off that, but so it goes. Ike here, meanwhile, is going to be delivering the old man. Oh, we got a little Super Bunny action here, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. That guard probably got caught by surprise.
Huh? Did
Wait.
Simple fix his sprite? I've never seen that.
You know, I've also never seen this. I was wondering if we somehow missed the Moon Pearl, but that's not the case. This is a trick, according to chat. I'm a little skeptical that Lonk form is the real name of this trick, but I don't know enough to debate that.
Meanwhile, the old man turn-in has happened.
Yeah, we got our first Castle Tower small.
Yep, there are 2 of them in the game. One of them does give us access to the second chest. And hopefully we don't need the second one. And actually, we can touch back on something here, because we haven't mentioned this yet. The Agate Tower and Ganon's Tower situation with Inverted. Basically, Agate Tower is Ganon's Tower's entrance, and Ganon's Tower is the Agate Tower entrance in this. And yes, there is a barrier on the Agate Tower entrance.
So, I am learning a lot right now, but this link form trick that Simple Clips is doing, well, I guess it is no longer active, did let him get into the back of Blind's hut by using bombs, which you can't normally do in Super Bunny state. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've never seen that trick. It's very interesting. I guess it's
for example,
sort of...
there in the well, Simple Clips couldn't get to the back for that check. But Castle Tower, first of 2 checks, is not what we need.
Now, there is advanced lamp room logic here, but so as long as you can light the torches, you are in logic? I forget
yes.
the first room has torches, though.
Flippers?
Big find? I'd say that's a pretty big find, though.
Oh, there's that hook shot on Spec Rock.
Ooh, okay. So, Ike here just did actually a really technical play here, but it's actually quite clever. So, Lionels do 2 hearts green mail with their fireball, but they instant kill you with their contact damage under those same conditions. So we actually tanked a fireball shot so we can get by the Lionels.
Yeah, it's a fun strat to see. Even more fun to see when it goes wrong. Fun for the audience, of course. But Ekir pulled that off very well. We found the bug net, but we have no bottles yet to go with it.
I don't think Ikir wanted to pick up that pot. And if he did, he just wanted to heal. Oh yeah, no, he actually wanted to heal because he has to take a fall here. Otherwise, he can't get back out. So yeah, he was preventing a death orb. That's smart. Ooh, we're gonna use this mirror portal here to start looking at light roll checks. I want to say the upper chest and paradox are available. I'm trying to walk over here and only sees a small key. It is a small key to Mr. Meyer, though, so not the greatest to have, but it will help with convenience. Oh, Simpleclips are going to head over to the Moth.
Yeah, we have a sword. This is nowhere near in logic, of course, because, well, Mothula, rather, is nowhere near in logic, because we need all 3 small keys for Skullwoods. However, this chest doesn't help us.
No, it just gives us more information. Ooh, we're seeing a pod dip from Ikir, though.
Yeah, that's the thing with Inverted, is you can get to a bunch of dungeons. With those flippers, and Fire Rod Ikir could go into ice, even.
We can see a small plate of Mire, even, because we have Quake, we have a sword, and we have the boots in order to bonk across the first room.
Oh, goodness. So, 3-minute mitts, and then, what, hour 3 Moon Pearl?
Actually, thinking about it more, Mire's not a bad play on paper here. You can
We have a small key, which helps with routing. We have fire to do the fire locked side out of logic.
And we can get everything except the boss item. So there's like
items
in there.
Okay, if the Mire Big shows up next.
Oh,
then
right,
we'll
yeah, the big
definitely
shaky
go into
just
Mire.
haven't forgot about that, so it would be 6 items.
Oh, shield. Okay, Simpleclips dropping into the Mothula fight with half a bar of magic. Fighter's sword, no hammer, green mail, 4 hearts.
Yeah, it has to be careful of the magic in particular in this fight because the fire beams, I think, do 2 hearts of damage here for the Moth.
This is going really well so far. He's playing it very safe.
Ooh,
Takes
gotta be
a
a
couple hits
careful.
from the spikes there. This is now 1-hit KO damage from any... Oh no!
Oh, I think he almost had it too. That's unfortunate. Yeah, this is probably the main reason why we have... Oh my god, Quake also to enter Turtle Rock. And we have the Cane of Samaria found?
And the Fire Rod.
Well...
Interesting.
But yeah, Simpleclips demonstrating, I would presume Exhibit A as to why we have given them the starting flute. Because low percent Moth or low percent Blind is really painful, and in most standard case of inverted modes, is often required. Because they're 2 of the earliest dungeons you can access.
Yeah, and at least with blind, if you can stay on script, you know what you're doing. Mothula is just good luck. Simple Clips is going for another round. I've got to admire the tenacity here.
I think the hardest part of blind isn't the fight so much as it is this dungeon to get through it on 3 hearts. Especially the Hellway in particular, because there's those fire snakes, the spikes.
Oh no, Ikir failed the test. No hookshot, and needs to now take the rite of shame. Wait. No, I need the rite of shame. I wasn't paying attention. No, wait, that's not usually the way you do it, right?
I don't think it is either. So, he made it work.
Okay, well, good on him for doing that.
Yeah, good adaptation.
Meanwhile, Simple Clips, has used up the magic bar.
Let's be a little careful now.
Oh gosh. Oh no. Well
Gets it done.
Amazing job. That's not an appropriate payout, but we do get crystal number 1 here, just shy of the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, first for the actual dungeon prize, not that good. The main goal, yeah, we need to kill the boss, so that's worth, I'd say. Ikir has to be really careful around these chain jumps, gets past them. And that's why. Chain chops have more than enough health to do so much damage that if they would killed Ikir twice over. Yeah, they do 6.
That's painful. Now, we got a quick map check from Simple Clips. Thieves Town and Swamp Palace are both crystals.
So we have to do them at some point. Pyramid check here from Ikir. Meanwhile, we're now seeing Simple Clips check the Mire Shed. So there's just a quick dip here while he went over to turn in the purple chest.
I don't know, he took several dips into that green water just before this.
I think that was partially to dodge the Murderdactyl. Alright, is this our Moon Pearl? No, but it is a big key. Where is it to? Thieves Town.
Okay.
That's actually kind of big.
Simple Clips taking a moment to think there. So you had just been saying something about a low percent blind fight, right?
Yeah, might be looking like that. Simcoe's not going to do that, though. Going to opt to go get up Sahasrara here, which he has not done yet. Oh yeah, we can just walk into Ice Palace. I completely forgot about that.
I'm thinking Samaria for Icebreaker made this a little more palatable. Ooh, full magic, you want that.
Yeah, you definitely want full magic going into this place.
Somehow Ikir is still on 3 hearts.
That is surprising. I guess the heart containers were primarily in Skull Woods. And Ike, you're going to take care of these ping gators in one fell swoop. For the mushroom.
Yay, a mushroom.
So yeah, focus on the ways you can kill all these pain gauges here. The trick catches though, if they are in the middle of their jumping animation, they're actually immune to the spell.
You know, it makes sense. Can't take the old man into Castle Tower, unfortunately.
I just had the image of like, say, oh, don't sacrifice yourself. Why don't we use this old man instead? But Sybil goes down, properly returning the old man to his home, and blink you'll miss it. Clips into the wall. But that Castle Tower plane now a little bit more valuable if he wants to try it again. Another big key to Eastern. Good find.
Okay.
And there's only a couple more chests that are here in Logic for Ice Palace. Can't finish the dungeon, no hammer.
So, are we supposed to fight blind, or are we supposed to go to Mire?
Honestly, both are valid.
Well, we're seeing a flute to 6.
I think Mire is the more sensible play, and Thieves Town is the more trolly play, we'll say. Because you had to go through the entire Smith chain with Bunny form.
Okay, Mire is also a crystal.
Using the Candy Great Effect to try to get some extra kills on the Wizrobes.
Another convenient full magic drop. Okay, so to correct what we were saying earlier about the logic of Castle Tower, this room here, this first dark room, doesn't have torches in it, so that means this is not in logic. Even though the next room has torches. It's very easy to forget about that first room.
Alright, 3 bombs is the first time we see here in Mire. First peek at left side here of Mire, we have Ether. Another good insta-kill spell, and the faster of the animations, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely not useless given our current equipment set.
Yeah, mainly use that to insta-kill the Stalfos, though, which you have other means to do. Alright, we're about to see what the vanilla big key chest has in Mire. Still close now with the information that it's one size fits all in terms of medallion requirements. Alright, off to the right side of Mire now.
And Simple Clips is gonna go finish Thieves Town.
So one way or another, we're gonna figure out the seed here, I have to say. Was it the trolley play, or was it the more sensible play? Because if it ends up being here in Thieves Town, where our Moon Pearl is, I can see I here easily last locationing that Thieves Town big key.
Oh, the thieve's small. We don't have a hammer yet. But that could become relevant. Oh no!
Oof. That
Ouch.
hurts.
Yeah, doing that on 3 hearts is, doable. We're going back for it.
It's the last time you can grab out of Mire. I would definitely not leave that behind, because that could be your Moon Pearl.
Yeah, it's tough, but it is in logic. And we are down to very little.
Ooh, that's good information to have later. The Wizards are part of the Fairy Drop pool. Which means the climb up to the top of Ganon's castle will be fairly free. Or tower, rather.
Just 50 rupees.
So it could very well be here in Thieves Town.
Alright, Ike here is gonna do the smith chain now.
Yeah, I think Ike here has no choice.
Alright, 5 heart blind fight. Let's see if Simple Clips can stay on script.
So far, so good. That looks good to me.
Okay, nearly flawless, but good enough.
Yeah, getting the first two bases is what's important.
There's...
Oh!
So,
oh
half an
man,
hour
that
in.
is rude. That is very rude.
And Simple Clips is up. 2 crystals to none right now. Ike here wanted to check out the bomb shop, but couldn't.
So that is now Light World access, and honestly, I'm surprised Simple Clips is going this way. Why not? You would think you would go straight to Kakariko and use the warp spot over there.
I think he wants to do South Shore, Mini Muldrum Cave, etc.
Okay, that makes sense.
Our sharp-eyed tracker, Dark Sharna, pointing out that apparently we got both 5-6 crystals already on Simple Clip's side.
That's impressive. So Simple Clips with a definitive lead here. I think the only way that the Moonbro could have been in any rooter position is if it was in my or on Vitreous.
Oh
Smoky to
gosh.
Ganshara, the Smoky to Swamp. And the third Smoky to Dark Palace. Yeah, Ikir's honed in on the purple just now. This has to be a last location, though.
Required double bunny walk all the way to Kakariko. I love it.
Well, it doesn't have to go nearly as far in this one.
Oh yeah, the guy isn't in Kakariko. What am I saying?
Still, it's kind of disgusting to have to do this route. And hike here straight into these down here. Will eventually get his Moon Pearl off a blind. And has at least picked up another heart container on the way.
Oh, our second shield.
So iCare does have the small advantage of having gone to pot and getting that Kata Samaria, but having dipped Ice Bells for essentially nothing and having to do the entire way again, that is still a major time loss. There's the hammer,
wow.
though, which means... Ooh, wait. That means, logically, our hammer is lamp-locked.
Yes. That's a very good point.
As is that bait key right there on the Zora ledge.
Imagine if Zora has our lamp.
That would be hilarious. Alright, big guy, what do you got for us?
Not the biggest scam in the world. Okay.
Honestly, yeah. That's not bad.
I mean,
what's this?
It's bad. Just
okay, never mind. This big key was not worth it at all.
I mean, that still remains to be seen. Simple Eclipse is going to have to go... Well, probably going to have to go to Ice at some point. No, what? Ice? But I don't know what I'm paying attention to. Skullwoods. We might have to go back for the big chest. It's been known to happen.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, Ikir has not touched Skullwoods, but has dipped Ice Palace, but could not finish because no hammer. And is dipped in the pod, but only one key, but pulled out the Cane of Samaria. Meanwhile, Simplest has the 5-6 and has done quite a lot, as is.
Okay, that is a flawless 4-heart blind there from Ikir, getting his Moon Pearl just about 6 minutes after Simple Eclipse.
Oh, I just realized something nasty. Oh, no.
We can get that hook shot now.
Yes, but where was our hammer?
Lamp locked in Waterfall Fairy behind the Moon
Not
Pearl.
just lamp locked, Moon Pearl locked.
Yep.
Which means if there's something in the Thieves Town Big Chest, that is required double dip.
Oh gosh. That's horrible.
It really is, and I hate that I realized that. There's our third shield. Shield's not nearly as bad these days, but I'm fine with Fire Shield, honestly. Gives you the right level of protection, and when you don't want that protection anymore, you can feed it to a picket. Ooh, Mirror and Paradox.
Oh, wow. That's a convenient mirror, because we can do some crazy inverted things and mirror to the various entrances of Turtle Rock. We can do Laser Bridge. Not a lot else, though.
At the Hyrule Castle, unfortunately, that is one of our 2 useless maps. Smoky the Dark Palace. Getting a handful of those Dark Palace keys, Smoky the Turtle Rock, and another heart container. Yeah, once Symbol gets this hook shot here, I think the world is more or less his oyster for the time being.
Yeah, he's got the Swamp Small. He could do Swamp, and because he has a mirror now.
Gonna go ahead and do Harry here. Red Boomerang found. I would dip Harry here, honestly. You're right in the area. It's kind of annoying to get back to.
And I mean, that hook shot was literally right outside. You can just Terrapot now.
Yeah, only the first 4 here is in logic, but I don't think our runners care too terribly much. Ooh, Lumberjack check, Ape check. What do we got? Well, we don't have to fight Aga.
Yeah, too bad Zeruvian's over commentating on ALTTPR League channel right now. I didn't get to see that.
So for those that missed it, it was a singular arrow inside Lumberjack Cave. Another Smoky to pop. We're getting quite a few of those. We're up to like, what, 4 or 5 total now?
I think 5 sounds about right.
So with good routing, we can definitely finish Pod. Except outside of the bone block path to Helmsor King.
We still need the big key for that.
Ah, true, true. I forgot about that. First bottle, though, found in King's Tomb.
Cool. Another check we can do in Kakariko. I'll bring this Moldorm down for yet another map. And crystal number 3.
I'm surprised Iker hasn't gone back to do Kakariko. I know Civicus did that trick to get into the Blind's hideout and get those 5 items, but there's still a few more there still to pick up for both runners.
Iker did go back for the back of the well, but he didn't do the back of Blind's house, I don't think. There was a heart container.
Yeah, Iker didn't have the, was still in bunny form at the time. We did do back of line.
Oh, our tracker's saying Iker did do with back of blind. That makes sense. Okay, Simple Clips without Samaria is into Turtle Rock for a little bit of adventuring. Hey, another bottle. There's the lamp! Wait a second. So you get your Moon Pearl. You have to go here for your lamp. Then back to Castle Tower logically for your flippers to get the hammer. This is great.
Yeah, that is a crazy logic chain. And the worst part is, it can extend to the fact that the vanilla big key chest, or the vanilla... Yeah, the big chest in Thieves Town, words, please, work, thank you, could have something major as well. And then that's a whole giant chain. Which started with the fact we needed to go get the Moon Pearl off of Blind, and the boss key to Thieves Town was on the purple chest.
So the hammer that Ikir does not have yet was in Waterfall Fairy Cave.
Which is Slipper's locked, and it is lamp locked inside of Aga Tower. An appropriate reaction from chat, just saying ew.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't blame anyone for not liking the scene. Quick map check. It looks like Mire and Swamp are two normal crystals.
And I thought on the earlier map check, Swamp was its vanilla number 2, but I could be wrong.
I think I saw that real quick, and Mire was crystal number 1. Sparrow Cave check, meanwhile. And the Chicken Hut check. Compass to Tarahera. And another compass to Desert Palace.
Okay.
So, once again, just to go over the key standing things. These real quick, folks. Maps give us the prize information for that respective dungeon. Compasses give us a handy little item tracker inside the dungeon so that you can keep track of them. And if bosses are shuffled in Randomizer, it tells you what the boss is. And lastly, small keys and big keys are pretty self-explanatory.
Oh!
Interesting.
Okay, cool.
I see what you did there. So, Ice Rod off of Sick Kid.
Maybe that's making him sick. He got a real bad cold.
Simula's realizing, wait a minute. He's having a very... I think it took a moment for Simulacus to process he already had the 5-6 crystals.
I've heard some people mention that they don't like how he won't tell you what the 5-6 crystals were if you've already got them. He
Well,
could
he
have been
knows
fishing
it's
for some
inside
logical information.
Oh. Alright, what's the small key? Get his tower. We did need a couple of those. Cave Seven Grove, another small key. This one to Misery Mire.
Map of Ice. That's actually a piece of information we don't have yet.
No, we do not. Oh, and I don't think we've seen this yet either. We haven't seen Agina.
Yeah, we just visited Uncle. We're gonna see Agina. Maybe we'll see Saha soon.
I can see them going to Saha with Simple Clips. Less so for IQ. Oh my god!
Oh, that is certainly a book.
So, as a reminder, folks, because we are playing inverted, we cannot backdoor to Desert. So, if Desert Palace is a crystal, that book is hard required. And that is indeed a very convenient spot for it. And what's worse, the Simple Clips does not check that. Yeah, Iker gonna dip in here, can get everything in the front. Except for the big chest. This is a perfectly fine play as far as I'm concerned. Meanwhile, IQ or Simpleclips rather is going to be checking out the basement of Hyrule Castle. Finds the other castle tower is small.
Good thing we don't need that.
Simpleclips doesn't know that. He might blind check it. Or if nothing else, route in checking Lumberjack, which we know it's just going to be a singular arrow.
Desert with not too much so far.
Same can be said about the Hyrule Castle dungeon. Just a hard piece on the ledge, and that is all the checks that Ikir can do. Gonna grab this extra map for some extra information and be on the way. It's TR's map. That's actually good information to have, considering that Ikir, for the most part, can do that dungeon.
Yeah.
And the information on Eastern.
Map.
Oh, and with the book, we can now check what Bombos and Ether are.
Well, wait a second. 10 bombs?
I mean, okay, go boom so many times. Is that the 10 bomb bag, or is that at Bombos? Is that Vanilla Bombos?
Okay, those of you who've been around in the community for a little while will know the legendary... Vanilla... Pardon me. Desert's a crystal, Eastern's its vanilla green pendant. There was a seed where Ped said, I make things go boom many times, and the runners needed Bombos, I believe. And both runners pulled Ped for 10 bombs, thinking it was Bombos. It was an absolutely legendary seed. If you haven't watched that one, I advise you to track it down and do so.
Oh, I missed that one. Alright, so that can be ignored. I can easily see why that people would confuse that message, because Bombos is a lot of explosions. Let's be real.
Yep, and especially if you're in, like, race mentality and you're not entirely sure, you're not gonna stop and give it a good think, right?
I hear now that Smokey the Swamp. And we're gonna see the Sanctuary Bunker Rocks here. Ah, that was already checked, I remember now.
Simpleclips might be incentivized to go to Pod soon, where he'd find that Samaria. Ikir is in the vicinity of getting his hammer.
Oh yeah, no, I would say you should probably go to Eastern Pod, do the dips there. Eastern's a green pendant, but you can do a couple checks, check Saha, and then mirror do Pod. It's a pretty dense play, honestly.
Yeah, and if Simpleclips continues working around clockwise, that's where he'll end up next.
I mean, that's where he should be going, honestly, because he's already been to Zora.
Well, Simpleclips will find the lamp that ties all the logic together.
Ike here now with the fire shield. And this will be up to Zora, so Ikir will begin the hammer shortly. Oh, Simpleclips is turning around, not heading to Eastern yet.
What does he have in mind here, I wonder?
Magic Bat, maybe?
Apparently
Oh,
not.
yeah, and Sick Kid, too. And to check the, checks he hasn't done in Kakariko.
Oh, very good points. And he can always just flute to 5 to get to that area.
I think with the keys that we have, that is all the keys we need to get through Turtle Rock outside the big key.
Yeah, if you were going from the front, 3 keys would get you through. However, we have the advantage of cheating, because it's inverted.
Yeah, I want to say if you get 3 keys, you can full clear the dungeon by going through one of the side entrances. Because you don't have to unlock the doors on the first floor.
But notably, Simple Clips did go all the way through the front locked door before realizing he didn't have Samaria.
Well, it should be fine as long as he didn't open the door in the Chain Chomp rooms.
Yeah, I think you're correct. He didn't do that.
Because he'll just clip through that door when he comes back through. Gonna go ahead and get the library check, which I believe was the...
Cape?
Yep, the cape.
Okay, Aikir onto the mountain to get his hookshot and all the other goodies, including the mirror. We'll see how much of Turtle Rock he decides to do, and if he actually does Laser Bridge while he's up here. Oh, we'll also get to see Ether Tablet.
Yep, let's see if the Ether Tablet's worthwhile.
Huh,
Car container, not worth. I have a feeling that we're needing something in the back of Pod now.
Yeah, as we know, well, we're running out of pendant dungeons. There's 2 pendants out there, and Pendant Pod is notorious for having stuff we need, so if Pod's a pendant, who knows?
Well, I say that more so because it's one of the most dense locations to check in general, and we've got quite a few keys as is.
I mean, that's the logical explanation. I prefer the meme explanation.
Alright, looks like we're going to be seeing this here. Finally, our first look at Sahasrahla.
We don't need to speak to him.
No, just need to raid his back room. Our container, our piece. I got them backwards, I know. And the last Smoky to Meyer. And now, Simple is gonna mirror, get the monkey.
Meanwhile, Aikir has picked up crystal number 2.
Did I see Blue Panda Desert there?
No, crystal number 3.
Ah, okay.
I've made similar mistakes like that. They look so similar.
Yeah, you can only see for the briefest of moments some of these map checks sometimes. Alright, so Simple Glitch should be coming on to the KSMR here shortly. Now, the nice thing is, because of the bottle, we could do the camera break glitch in order to get past the mimics. But no, just gonna opt to use the key here. Makes sense, you can't go fight the boss anyway.
If you don't want to save a key for the boss, you can full clear everything except the big chest and the boss with 4 keys. And
Unfortunately,
there's our
the mirror shield.
Still only 1 sword, though.
Yeah, that is a bit of a problem, isn't it? I was surprised there's gonna make some damage here. Deliver? No. I think he realized
he rethought it. Or okay.
Gonna use a bomb. So what Simpleclips has done here is he has broken the camera.
And if the enemies aren't on the screen, the game thinks they're dead and opens the door.
And how Simpleclips does that is he simply drinks the potion while walking left. Big key to desert.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, so that's bow locked. So then where's our bow to put that in logic?
In the back of pod, of course.
Wouldn't have put it past it, honestly. Although, if I want to be truly evil, I think I would have said the big key chest of thieves down.
Of course you would.
Look, just my gut is telling me something is there. This sea has already been evil enough. What's to stop it from taking it another step further?
Turtle Rock is a pendant.
Get some armor there for Simpleclips. About time. Another big key. Ice Palace's big key. That's actually really good for Simpleclips, which that saves a ton of time.
Yeah, that'll be a nice and easy full clear.
It is a pendant!
Small. Oh, goodness.
Pod is a pendant!
So, of course we're gonna find the bow here in the back, right?
Oh, TR's our last pendant. There we go. We got our 3 pendants. So, blue pendant pod, red pendant TR. Smoking Turtle Rock. That is the 4th and final one.
Interesting.
Which is locked to find all 6 pod smalls.
That's the 3rd Skullwood. Small putting Mothula in logic, finally. Okay, yeah, you were right. Blue Pendant Pod. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, we got the map of its own dungeon, so it gave us a little icon. And then not 2 seconds later, Iker checked like their map. Oh, there's the big
GT Big.
Yep, GT Big on Laser Bridge. But yeah, Iker checked his map not 2 seconds afterwards, and we saw the red pendant on TR.
Cool. I thought you just guessed at the colors, but okay, cool.
No, I was just being observant.
Teach me your skills. Okay, Simpleclips into Swamp. Okay, so we need the Mire Big. And the TR Big. And a bow. No, we need a bow for the climb. And we need a second sword.
Now, because of our pendant layouts, that bow could be pretty much anywhere. There can even be both bows just in GT. That's how realistic that scenario is.
You know, that is actually a realistic scenario, with both Pod and Eastern being pendants.
Yeah, nothing else locked is bow locked. Oh, actually, wait. We found a big key on... We found a big key to desert bow locked in pots. No, that's not true, actually.
Oh, of course, yeah. You even pointed that out at the time.
Yeah, that's actually a good catch right there. So there has to be a bow available somewhere before GT.
Now, I wonder, having already dipped Pod, how long Ikir's going to wait before going back? I think he might wait till he finds a bow, maybe. But
that
it
could
looks
be bad.
like he's going... Are we going to check Ped and then mirror to do Skull Woods? Inverted is so funny like that.
Well, the only thing Ped can realistically be is the logical silver arrows. We have everything else we need. Well, maybe another sword.
Okay, 3 bombs.
And this is Ikir's first look at Skullwoods, I want to say.
Well, first look at the back. But he could actually check the big chest while he's here.
Now, the one minor advantage Ikir has is Simpleclips has no idea where that Book of Medora is. It is so close and yet so far away.
Now, Simpleclips has already done the rest of South Shore. He could just head west after finishing Swamp. Which would do... Yeah, it would get him his book, but if he doesn't do that, he might have a really hard time.
As it stands right now, it is a very good chance that he does not check that. It's just a very isolated check.
I'm going to take the opposite position. I think he's specifically going to check it now, rather than isolate it.
Well, we'll see. And Ikir did do a bit of Ice Palace here, but without the hammer and without the big key, did not get to do much and had to leave.
Alright, our crystal count is tied up for the time being. Hey, the other useless map.
Alright, what's in the big chest of Skull Woods? Just
disappointment.
And we get to spin Argus to death. One of the slowest fights you can do, unfortunately. And for those who are wondering, yes, these spins are required. Fighter Sword slashes do not do damage to Argus or most of the Dark World bosses to begin with. You need Master Sword level damage in order to deal damage, and the only way to do that with this sword is to do spins.
There is, of course, the hammer option, but nobody wants to do all that swapping back and forth.
I'd probably do it if I had quick swap and nothing else between the hammer and the hookshot, but that's just me.
Alright, that's Argus down. Anything exciting? Nope.
No, but it is a required dungeon, so we get the item, we get out. And Ike here with his fiddle music is actually giving us a good point here to talk about this. In Key Sanity, the dungeon music is shuffled, so you cannot tell by the music if it is a pendant or a crystal dungeon because they do have distinct themes.
Simple Clips is going east.
Oh.
Oh, this could come back to be a problem.
Not really. I think I see what he's doing. He's going into Ice Palace, which is another dungeon he can full clear, and he knows it. So, following the breadcrumb trail, and hoping he gets his Gomon along the way. Which, he might find the bow, but he's definitely not going to find the Book of Medora. That's a good question. Is the spinster slower than the hammer? I think it depends on how many items you have to go through.
Hey, we still have that mushroom we never turned in.
It was turned in by Ike here. It was only 10 arrows.
Oops. Okay, that might be why I didn't remember it.
So there's a couple of checks that Ike here did not get, but the symbol goes will yell to, and this one right here is upcoming right here in the H room. 3 guesses as to why it's called that.
Because it's shaped like a sideways eye?
Anyway. Nothing important in that chest. Let's see what's in the big key chest here. Most of what we've seen from these 2 runners here have been checked by the other players, so not gonna get that much new information here.
Alright, this big chest though, this will be new.
It's a heart container. Although 12 hearts blue is respectable.
It sure is.
Alright, so the last check is on Cold Stare themselves. I almost misspoke and said Vitreous. I am trying to not mix up my eyeball bosses today.
I mean, it's the game's fault for having so many of them, right? I mean, there's also Argus, right?
True.
And Moldorm's silly eyeballs sticking out as far as they do.
Oh, Moldov's gonna be fun next week, folks, by the way. Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking of Randomizer again. Never mind.
Right, simple clips with a full bar of magic here. Dropping into Cold Stare.
Yeah, no sword beam, so has to use his entire magic bar just to break this ice, and now it's time for a rather difficult fight here.
Gets the spin to knock them over to the side together. And the hammer does tempered sword damage.
Yeah, but it has a very bad hitbox here, and it has to dodge these ice shards as well. Now, thankfully, there is a save spot from the ice shards. If you hug the very top of the room, they cannot hit you.
One puff down.
Ooh, and the contact damage from Cold Stare doing 3 whole hearts of damage. That's the big damage you have to keep an eye out for in this fight, is the Cold Stare damage.
Alright, 2 puffs.
Should be pretty free here now. I have to be a little careful, though.
And there we go. Simultaneous boss kills.
Blue
That's model
potion
number 4.
Blue potion for Simple Clips, though. Still nice to have. That'll actually be a very much needed refill for maybe Trinex. I at least certainly will not say no to a words. Blue potion. Alright, is Simple Clips going to check Agina?
Looks like a yes. Okay, this is excellent for Simple Clips.
Yeah, this will be the Book of Medora, which will let him do in Clear Desert. And... actually, wait. Outside of Master Sword, that will be Go. This is actually Go.
Well, we still need the Meyer
wait.
Big and
Yeah.
the bow.
We need the Meyer Big and the bow, technically. Yeah, right. I forgot about that.
So aside from the sword and the bow, I guess we're one item from Go mode.
Where's the Meyer? Oh, we haven't found the Meyer Biggie, of course. It could be in here. Could be. There's a lot of spots it could be. Jeez.
Okay, I think you're going for Dark Cross with the lamp this time. Simple Clips will be able to get the big chest and then go to the boss. Alright, is this something we need?
Let's find out. No, but in hindsight, that would have been nice to have for her Cold Stare. Still could be something on the Lambolas, though. Alright. Time for the Lambos to fall. I would not be surprised if our Go mode is just in Eastern Palace, because no one's been in there.
Yeah, it would be appropriate. Simple Clip's getting bullied by the Popos.
Yeah, picking up the wrong pot.
Ike, you're heading over to the eastern area.
Has not done Eastern Palace yet. Might be dipping in now. Lambo down. Blue
5
rupee.
rupees. That is crystal number 6.
Yep, the last one's in Meyer, but we don't know if it's here or not.
Ike here fluting to... Okay, he's gonna go finish ice. Which he can do, because he's got the hammer now. And Simple Clips is gonna dip into Meyer now.
Now, unfortunately, we know there's nothing in here to put him on the correct path. So, we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer to see where our correct progression is. So, what are our options for this? Eastern Palace is the most dense location for something related to our Gomo to be. The most evil spot would honestly be the vanilla big chest of Town, because we had that insane logic chain just to get the hammer. And let alone the big key.
I'm having
I don't
a
think
hard
anyone's
time
done.
thinking of anything else.
I don't think anyone's done Spike Cave. There are the checks at the very top part of Turtle Rock we haven't done yet either. That requires Key to Samaria. I don't think those have been done.
Ikir did those on his first trip.
Ah, okay. Magic Pen and Pegs actually good catch by our tracker. Neither one of those have been checked. But I think out of all of them, Eastern is still the correct play because it is the most check dense. And on top of that, you can turn in the green pendant for an extra item.
Although, if we find a bow to be able to get that green pendant... Well, no, we're still looking for a couple things. You'd still do it, you're right.
Yeah, we're looking for the bow, a Master Sword, and
Icarus is going to use
the
that
Meyer
potion.
Big.
And go to town with the Fire Rod. I like this. Wow, very well done.
Yeah, that is a very... This is why you have magic for Cold Stare. So, if I were our runner's shoes, I would probably not go to Eastern, even though it's the most check dense, because it's just inconvenient to go to a Pendant Dungeon. I'd probably check Magic Bat and the Hammer Pegs first.
Well, Ikir still has more to do in Pod.
Oh no, Simpleton's just now found that small key to the Thieves' Town. Oh. Does he go there? This is an Easter play from Ikir.
Simple Clips is thinking. Got the cursor on 5. And changes over to 3. But we're not immediately doing Thieves' Town. Okay, we're gonna do the other checks here first. That makes sense.
Yeah, Hammer Pegs. This makes most sense to me. The person who finds Easter Palace, or the Meyer Big Key, is in go. And what do we got here? Just 3 bombs. First check in Easter Palace was nothing. Small key to Dark Palace. I think that is our 6th one.
Okay, Simple Clips is going to check the Skullwood's big chest, presumably take the portal on the way back, do Magic Bat, and then can leave the Thieves' big chest for last.
Big key! Meyer!
Meyer!
There it is.
Wow!
There it is. It is in
But-
Eastern Palace, and Simple Clips is heading straight there.
Okay, interesting.
And the map to Hera has been found. So it is now bow and sword mode for our 2 runners here. Sword more so important, but logically we need that bow as well. We have not seen the Hera Basin yet, nor will we, because we do not yet have the small key to Hera. And the bow is not here at Eastern.
Alright, Ike here. Are you going to go back into pod? Yes. So if
This
he
is the
sequence breaks the Bullock side, he will get that Desert Big, which he needs. Because it would be really nice not to have to triple dip a pendant dungeon. Okay, we're going to get the vanilla big key chest, which we did not see from Simple Clips.
This could be something important.
Imagine if we've also got a 6 key lock bow. Okay, we didn't.
Could still
Oh, hang on.
technically have
So
it.
Ike here mirrored instead of hopping to go to the bowlock side.
It makes some sense. Back has a lot more checks.
He could do it before leaving, but this doesn't bode well for him.
I don't think this check was done.
It was.
Oh right, it was the match for this dungeon, which tells you it's a pendant. Take the ice.
That can't feel good.
Alright,
Okay,
Simple
so
Clips is
Simple
done and out.
Clips, I expect we'll go just do Meyer, and then head to GT and... or not? Oh, one more check to do here, in the big key chest. You're right here, you may as well not leave it behind, I guess. That makes sense.
Yeah, just being thorough. So you are still on Fighter Sword here. Fighter Sword, Vitreous without a bow is an abysmal time.
Yes, it really is. Okay, Ikir is going for the bow locked side. So he's behind by a desert clear, which isn't a lot.
Breaks the camera. Nice movements. Doesn't have to worry about repositioning the right Edgaria. There's the Desert Big. Now, a bow... Could have... Yeah, no, a bow... There's nothing stopping a bow from being in the Meyer Big Chest.
That's right.
Any clear desert now? Big key to Tower of Hair. I think it's all our big keys accounted for except for pods.
And TR.
That's true. Those are probably in GT at this point. The Seed's late game is deceptively annoying.
It's been like that with a lot of Seeds this week.
Yeah, the Seed is fine if it wasn't for the combat side of things. I would so we have a good question in chat. If we don't get a sword on Vitreous, do we check the DGBS and reclimb? I would absolutely climb. That's 20 checks. You are not ignoring that if you are missing a sword. Like, that goes without question. You check density if you're looking for a sword. Good God, odds you'll find one.
All right, cape, or that looked like a cape. Okay, hammer. Can't say I've seen this particular strategy like this before. Oh, ouch. It did seem like it was working until taking a hug there.
This is a really dangerous fight.
And like you said earlier, fighter sword spins are the only thing that'll deal damage with this sword.
Bill actually bringing in a good point here, and something I forgot about. Agatar is located on top of Hyrule Castle, and that's also where the entrance to GT is, so climbing would not be a bad idea in this context. But in a normal mode, if you're in this way, you absolutely check the basement.
Yeah, that makes sense. For some reason, I thought we were still assuming we didn't have a bow by then.
Well, at this point, the bow is somewhat irrelevant. We were looking for that Master Sword. Ideally tempered. Oh, Vitreous is down on only 2 eyes here, so the fight is going to get a little crazy. Alright.
Oh, yikes. Careful.
I think that was a really well-timed potion. Getting the hammer out to do as much damage as possible. Vitreous is a very tanky eyeball.
Yeah, so tanky it takes 2 silver arrows to kill it.
One will heavily wound him, though.
Alright, that is Vitreous down. Are we just gonna get our bow here? We are! Oh my goodness!
Alright, Seed.
Incredible!
Alright. So that puts all of the pre-GT logic back in logic. So we are in Sword and Go. And we are heading over to Hyrule Castle's those upper floors.
Good grief.
The best part is, jeez, we don't know where that sword is, and it could just be somewhere really dumb. Oh, right, Sybil needs the GT Big. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, that was on Laser Bridge. Oh no, Simple Clips is gonna go look for it in GT Basement!
Well, this might be a blessing in disguise, actually.
Or what's happening here? No, we're
Turning
gonna...
the mushroom.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so this might be a blessing in disguise here. Although, looking at Ikir is also in Go. Simulus could find could find a sword or two in the GT basement, whereas Ikir spends time climbing.
I think, like, the only way this turns out as a positive for Simple Clips is if, like, all the swords are in GT Basement, and Ikir only ends up getting one of them, and has to do Master Sword Silver list, but that's not gonna get the time back that Simple Clips needs.
Yeah, no, he needs to basically go directly to Laser Bridge.
And that is so unfortunate, because unless I'm remembering something wrong, Laser Bridge is just available since you get the mirror up there.
Yeah, but some of us hasn't been up in the mountain all too much to see.
Oh, that was a stray lightning bolt.
Yeah, those lightning bolts are kind of tricky. They actually are not. They are pure RNG. They change their direction like almost every frame. Alright, the barrier is gone. We can now go into GT.
And if we had sword beams, there's a fun little glitch you can do to make your sword beams look like crystals. But no, we don't get Master Sword. Hey, Red Pill, we'll take it. Pre-warmed. Okay, really nice fighter sword spin strats there from Ikir. Oh, ouch. He's got another red.
Yeah, definitely chug that.
Oof.
Alright, GT Basement's first 4 chests. The silvers! So that means you logically needed to get the bow from Vitreous. To then get the Desert's Big out of the Bowlock side of Pod.
This seed's amazing.
And we still don't have all of that on Fighter Sword. Well, we also had to do the full Smith chain to get at the Thieves Town Big Key just to get the Moon Pearl off there. There's our Master Sword.
Okay, so that's actually really bad for Simple Clips because Ikir is just gonna find those right away. This is really looking good for Ikir all of a sudden. And for everyone's information, Simple Clips is the one who rolled this seed.
Well, is this gonna be a sword here too? I would have laughed if it was, because I was joking. Alright, what's in random room? Half magic, good find.
We hadn't seen that yet.
$20 and another heart container. Yeah, if Ikir goes left, it's over. But Ikir might go straight up. No, gonna actually check the basement. Just looking for a quick sword.
I mean, having a sword or silvers would help on the climb a little bit. No, we're continuing on. Okay.
Dark Magician strats, maybe?
I don't hate this, but it is unnecessary.
Well, Ike here doesn't know that, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, like Chat was saying earlier, he could just climb, and if he doesn't find it up there, just walk right back in the front door. And those of you just joining us now, the GT Big Key was on Laser Bridge, which Simple Eclipse could have had a long time ago.
Thank you, Total Rocket, the Ice Star Monster Room.
Oh my goodness.
Now, I understand why Ike here is doing this, and I actually think it's okay. It's mainly because I think he wants to have a sword for Molder too, just to make that fight a little easier.
Yeah, it's always nice to have.
Alright,
Oh,
there is
silvers.
the silvers for now for Ike here. And, we've seen the full basement at this point. Not another sword in sight.
I would say there's got to be a sword in the swamp, but we still haven't seen the Big Key to swamp. Oh, Tile Room! We haven't seen Tile Room.
Haven't seen Tile Room. Where's Ike here's best sword? Right there. Ike here's in go mode. Yep. I would not be surprised if the Thieves down Big Chest, to be completely honest with you. We've seen most other checks in the game. There's only so many places it can be. In fact, it's gotta be in a one-off. Because we've... So the only thing we haven't done is check the bosses of Eastern Palace.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, that's so rude! Alright, well, Simple Clips now has a lot of decisions to make. Maybe he'll stumble on the other swords while he's doing it.
Okay,
Alright, Spike Game is something we haven't seen yet. Plenty of health to tank this. Our swords could also be at the top of GT. We haven't seen those yet, obviously. Yeah, the Star Compass.
Hilarious.
Oh no, this is actually clever. He's gonna get spin speed here on the stairs, and then use the Cane of Burner to get as far through the Spike Cave Fab as possible.
Oh, that was impressive.
Yeah, I've done that before. It's actually quite a neat little trick there. It's a little tricky to get the spin speed on those one tile row of stairs, but it's doable. It looks like he's still going to be heading over to Turtle Rock here. Oh, someone in chat saying that Purple's event is a reroll. Oh, this one was far worse. It was on blind, with the purple chest having the Thieves Town Big Key. All the way up there. there, really? Alright, there's the Harkadam we knew was there. Is this gonna be the Tempered Sword? Yes, it is! 2 swords in GT! Oh, Ikir is...
There's still the big chest, too. It could have the gold sword.
You're right. The forest riders are right.
Simple Clips is gonna go for the big chest before the basement, which is totally reasonable.
Alright, is this our
nice,
sword?
I think that was a triple.
And a 0 there. Ooh, not getting some patterns here. Oh, so the Desert Breath is on purple. Just it gets a lot worse actually.
All right.
So
time to
the
fight
full
Ganon.
chain of sequence here, that was absolutely wild. Is we needed to also, after getting the Moon Pearl, get our lamp out of the back of the Hyrule Castle escape, as we fight Ganon here. To then get our flippers out of the dark in Aga Tower. To then get our hammer out of the Waterfall Fairy Cave. And we couldn't sequence break any of that without our Moon Pearl as well.
Alright, Ikir breezing through phases 1 and 2 here with that Tempered Sword. Just tanking the fire bats for fun, I'm sure.
Alright. Into phase 3 here. Pretty sure we're... Okay, and...
Feels so bad for Simple Clips.
Yep, there it is. Speaking against Tower. I think he knows he's behind at this point. Where was Mirror, actually?
Mirror was in Paradox Cave. Simple Clips was first to that, getting up there with the hammer as well. And there's a triple to finish off Ganon for Ikir. Get your GGs in chat.
Yeah, get your GGs in chat. What a race this was, honestly.
And Ikir is going to finish with an official time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 27 seconds. And his team will improve to 4-3 on the season.
Very nicely done. And we are now joined by the winner of this race, Ikir. GG's to you.
GG's.
Ooh.
Have a seed. I love that Moon Pearl.
We loved it too.
Yeah, that was crazy. The hammer was even crazier because that required not only to get the Moon Pearl, but to also get the lamp to get the flippers to then go get the hammer out of Waterfall Fairy. It was kind of nuts.
Yeah, his flippers were second chest to Mega Tower, I think.
Yeah, so they were lamp locked.
And lamp was in Light World, so yeah, that would have been a thing to do. It's the benefit of doing everything I can before having to do Skull Woods.
Yeah, we were worried that there's not going to be any good combat here. This team was just rude on so many different levels.
Yeah, it was just connecting Skull Woods, and I didn't want to go there.
Well, another chain of logic is you had to do Fighter Sword or Vitreous without bow to then get your Desert Palace Big.
Yeah,
I
sequence broke that, because otherwise I might have gone back there, but whew. I had all the potions though, so it was easy to potion unlock it. But I'm glad I didn't leave without checking that. So I figured I only have 2 checks left in Mire. I have like the whole back of Pod I can sequence break right side, so do that before Mire.
Yeah, what ended up being the win here is that you went to Laser Ridge. And
Oh, GT Big Key.
Yeah. Simulus was in go mode first, if not for that.
Oh.
Yeah, we completely didn't notice, and he was ahead on pretty much everything, and then, and then chat reminded us.
Oh, yeah, so I got that mirror. I'm like, well, guess I'm doing Turtle Rock. And yeah, I went through several times. So I guess that was worth it. Finding that GT Big Key there was a big relief because I've seen so many seeds this week where you have to go into GT to find some kind of progression to go find your GT Big Key. And I was really worried about that considering how the start of the seed went.
Yeah, and then dipping into Ice Palace, not getting much out of there, and having to go back in there later because it was a crystal. Forgive it. I did not think you were going to make it, but you somehow pulled it through. I guess a little bit of luck was on your side today.
I felt behind the entire race, like just getting that last location Moon Pearl, and then like, okay, I know where the hook shot is. I need to find Hammer, and then there was almost nothing in Light World until that Hammer. It's ridiculous.
That Moon Pearl was probably one of the rudest ones I've ever seen. And then to compound on that, there was a huge chain of logic just to get the Thieves Town small key, which could have been something else that we just don't know. No one checked it. And I don't blame anyone for not checking it either.
No, I don't either. I had brief thoughts, not about that one, but going back to Hammer Pegs, if Vitrius did not drop a bow, because I was not looking forward to Mimic clipping GT. Of course, I started to look for a sword, and silvers were just on the way.
Yeah, well, thankfully, because of where the Desert Palace Big Key was, it was bow locked in Palace of Darkness. You knew there had to be a bow somewhere.
Right, that's why Hammer Pegs was going to be my first stop before doing GT, just in case it was just sitting there. I also thought about Spike Cave, but ugh. Whew. Yeah, I was sweating the end of that seat. I'm like, I lost this for sure.
Yeah,
did Simple Clip just not do any of the mirror checks up there on Turtle Rock?
He did the middle of Turtle Rock, but not Laser Ridge.
But not Laser Ridge. At that Hammer, you have so much open to you then. You have ice, you have the mirror, you get swamp. You have a lot open. I almost considered skipping it too. Once I got the mirror, I'm like, oh, I can go do a whole bunch of crystals. I gotta finish beer because I'm not coming back. And
another advantage you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Another advantage you had though was that you did go into pod a little early. It was just only like one key, but that ended up being a huge play because you got that key to Samaria, which let you check the top fours of Turtle Rock and made that just a much more lucrative place to gut out completely.
Yeah, I completely forgot to check the medallion up there, so I just hoped it was Quake when I went back. Unfortunately, it was. I could just flew it away if it wasn't, but as I checked the first four, and I don't think anything was really there either. I was kind of disappointed by that. As I was trying to do everything I could before Skull Woods, so I'm like, I gotta go check Turtle Rock, I gotta go check Meyer, check Ice. Fortunately, it was not a 3-heart green mail fighter sword Skull Woods today.
Well, Simple Eclipse actually very bravely did go for a 5-heart green mail fighter sword moth and won.
Oh, good job, Simple Eclipse. And once I got all the hearts out of wherever, it was a Thieves Town, I'm like, okay, I can take Moth now. And then I found Moon Pearl. I'm like, okay, I don't have to take Moth now.
Yeah. I will say this much, the seed was kind of tricky with some of its major items, but at the same time, the combat side of things, that's where the seed's real difficulty was, I'd say.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement there. I'm still catching my breath from this one.
Alright, Simple Eclipse has dropped into the Ganon fight and is going to play this out.
Doing the Cape Strats, which having that half magic from Rando Room. And the shovel from the Ice Armos area in the vanilla Big Key chest, which was right next to the Turtle Rock Big Key.
Oh, jeez.
Never found, and also Hera Big Key and Small Key were both in GT as well.
Did we find fourth sword? Was it also
Nope.
in GT?
No. If it is, it's in the big chest.
Okay.
We also did not find the pod bank. There we go. Putting
Nice
in
torch
the
glitch.
finishing touch. 1, 2, not quite, but
Close.
teleported quickly for the final hit. Ladies and gentlemen, GG in chat for simple clips. Finishing strong.
And he is going to cross this bridge and finish with an official time of 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 53 seconds. GG's.
Yeah, a strong showing from both. Let me try that again. A strong showing from both runners here. It was just one small mistake that decided this race, and it happens. But very
We
good.
should be
good
joined by
race.
Simple Clips momentarily.
Yes. Sure, can hang out a comment in Twitch chat right now. Are you gonna let Simple Clips roll the seat again?
That's true. He did roll it. They did roll it.
We are now joined by Simple Clips GGCU, and you did really good this seat. I just want to preface that. At the same time, I want to specifically comment on what you did around the Kakariko very early on. I have never seen that Super Bunny tech.
Oh, that's really common in like HMG, MG, no logic stuff. That it just felt natural to me. If I was going up to CAC, I might as well go grab my link state and go grab more checks while I'm there.
It was really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever saw it, and you kind of blew my mind a little bit. But walk us through the scene here. How did it go for you?
Everything was going great until I missed Laser Bridge, because
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel you.
So, we talked about this a little bit here, but this seed was rude on a couple different levels. Getting your Moon Pearl was rude. Getting your hammer and logic was also rude. And then the combat in general in this seed was abysmal, to say the least.
You did a really good job on your Mothula fight the second time. That was really impressive and a sight to behold.
Simple? I think we might have lost them. There we go. But yeah.
Oh, hold on, I'm back. Yeah, it cut out right when I was trying to say everything was going fine until Laser Bridge. And then that go mode was kind of gross, because no bow, no sword, no GT big key, so I was thinking grab everything on my way. And sure enough, it's just in Laser Bridge where I left everything. Or, I mean, where I left the important thing.
Yeah, and we
Just
were
so unfortunate. It was that one thing.
Yeah, and the combat of the seed was just abysmal across the board here, because a lot of it you had to do fighter sword or stress for the most part. Or Vitreous had your bow. The logical bow you needed to even get into the GT in the first place because of where the Desert Palace big key was.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I also kept forgetting to check the the 2 spots in the desert, but later when I came back from Meyer, I remembered to go check there, and sure enough, the book's there. I'm like, oh, I could have just gone into desert at any point and didn't realize.
Probably better you didn't go there early. I did that on my light world route. I'm like, I got booked. Cool, there's stuff in desert because I have a small key and there was nothing there. So yeah, if you got to like go mode desert, that's a bonus.
Yeah, there was another downside to that though, because I got that, and this didn't end up mattering because you grabbed Laser Bridge, but it sent me to go to Hera first for checks when I was looking for the GT Big Key instead of going straight to PR, just because I had the book too for 3 checks instead of 2. I guess it's better than coming back to desert looking for the GT Big Key.
But yeah, we were talking about how the Moon Pearl here, that's just probably one of the rudest I've seen in a while. You had to go to Pearl Chest just to get your Thieves Town Big Key, just to then get your Moon Pearl off of blind. And then the logic to get the hammer was just as bad. You had to randomly find the lamp in the back of Escape to then logically go up Agate Tower to get your flippers to then get your hammer.
Alright, I was out of logic most of this seed because I got the Moon Pearl without the Thieves Town small key, which made it out of logic, and I got my flippers out of logic in the second Castle Tower check and was just going wild, grabbing out of logic checks because I was like, the in logic is Meyer or Pod, and I don't want to do that right now. So it was. I don't know how far in I was before I went into Meyer and found the item that put everything in logic.
Yeah, for the longest time, because of how bad those item decisions were, we were actually worried for a little bit, at least I was, that there was something important in that Thieves Town Big Chest that you absolutely needed. Which would have just been like the cherry on top of just how atrocious these item placements were this seed. This is actually a pretty bad one.
I don't remember where that hammer was, but I thought it was light world locked, which would have mean it wouldn't really matter because both of us probably weren't there with hammer.
Waterfall Cave.
It was a Waterfall Fairy Cave, which was Flippers locked, that was in the second chest of Agate Tower, which was lamp locked.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Thieves Small when I went in Thieves Town the first time. I don't remember where I got it though, but I like went into Ice and I went into Pod and I went into Meyer.
It was
and
in
TR.
Meyer.
I did the front of TR also before.
Oh yeah.
Before going to Smith Chain. I did everything, so I was expecting it to be in Skull Woods.
Like, yeah, some of those early dungeon adventures just really didn't pay off for you, Ikir. And Simple Clips, like, you ran an excellent race. You were ahead for pretty much the whole thing. It's just that one unfortunate laser bridge thing ended up costing you, which really sucks. But yeah,
the worst thing is I was planning to do laser bridge until I, for some reason, thought I had Red Cane, and then when I saw I didn't, I was like, oh, I don't have Red Cane, save and quit immediately instead of mirror, go out and do laser bridge. If I had remembered that from the beginning, I probably wouldn't have had that short circuit my brain and just leave.
So what happened here was muscle memory kicked in, basically.
Yeah, I just realized, oh, I shouldn't be in this spot of the dungeon right now, and the immediate thought was save and quit instead of mirror and continue.
Muscle memory can do that to you sometimes. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. But anyway, GG's to both of you for putting on an excellent race here tonight. Was this your first or your second race this week?
First.
Yeah, the next one, I think it was on. I think that's tomorrow. Let me see what time.
I'm looking as
wrong
well.
Server.
Sounds right. Thursday around midnight Eastern.
Yeah, it says 11:59 p.m. just so no one gets it mixed up with what's technically Friday.
That was PRD Wong versus BDI.
Alright. So, hopefully you guys have a good time there.
Okay. GG's again, and
GG Simple Whip.
Yeah, GG's to both our runners here for playing S race tonight. Make sure to follow them here. Make sure to also follow our tracker, Derek Sherna. And of course, SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6, so you don't miss any racing action, not just the Link to Fast Randomizer League. And of course, Blue Link, thank you for co-commenting with me. It's been a pleasure. As always, make sure to follow him as well. But as far as I'm concerned, this seed is done, and I'm ready to go take a rest. So from all of us here at the Link to Fast Randomizer League, I have been WolfLink0370. We shall see you all next time, and as always, thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone.